Tonight we are going to be rigging the X and Y and Z of your character's head. So let's get into it. I'm going to be redoing one of my friend's VTube models that I made ages ago because, I mean, look at this monstrosity. Definitely needs redoing. So we're going to go ahead and redo that. To start off with, I have turned off all facial details as well as the front hair so I can get a full range of what I am doing. When doing the X and Y angles of a face, it's always good to have a guide or a reference. Not so much on the model itself, but looking at just how face angles work when they're turned a certain way and how it alters to what you actually see, like when you're looking at it. I will put a link into a helpful resource for those that are new. Just how the face sort of turns, how the eyes change depending on the view, mouth and so forth. So I'm going to go ahead and start off with the X angle with the base of the face. Damn it. Another handy tool. Using Control, Shift and C, you can copy the parameter and change it to where you want it to be, because I forgot to slide it across. Oops, I've had it selected on. And then Control, Shift, V. And it will copy and paste those paraformers. Very handy, because a lot of the times I'd forget to slide my paraformer across, and yeah. Once you have done that and you are happy with the face shape, you can go ahead and start rigging the up and down. Let's change the parameter again. Oh my lord. And when doing the jawbone or jawline, when looking down, you'll find that it makes more of a V shape. When looking up, it makes more of a U shape. So I try and widen it towards the bottom when looking up, and then sort of make it smaller, the edges. Do you get what I mean, of the deformer? And then I just move the head up and down slightly to give that more of an up and down feel. Once you have done that, you can go ahead and select both the blush and the face base deformers and go up to the 3 lines here and go synthesize corners. Back when I first started, I'd do this and that would be the be all end all. However, that's not necessarily the case because we go ahead and edit that now. Because we've seen what that face used to look like. And that's what I did. I just synthesized the corners and ran with it. We don't want, oh, pardon me, we don't want that. So let's start off by playing around with the base of the face first. Once you have got the base of the face down, you then want to start off with the nose. I found that was a lot easier than doing things with the eyes. To that, but we're going to do the eyes next. I like having both eyes in a single deformer as well as single deformers. It makes it easy to do the X and Y, which can be a bit tricky at times. Now I'm actually going to increase the divisions by 10. I find it easy with the eyes and the way I do the cheek blushes is I can line up the eyes with the little highlight dots that I have, so I know that I've got them in the right place. I can see that I've got the eyes a bit too high up. So we're just going to fix that. There we go. And if I put them together now, they should look somewhat okay. The nose makes it look a bit weird because the nose is the only part that will not sit in the same place as the face for the perspective. The nose will move a bit more. So if I turn off these deformers, I can see already that I've got an issue with the way that I've actually made the face base. If we have a look here, we can see that the edge of the eye has a small gap away from the face. If I pull it down, that gap has widened, so we need to pull the mesh back a little bit. As I said before, it's all trial and error. And now we do the last part, which is the mouth. Now, I usually like to rig the mouth first before doing the X and Y for the mouth, mainly because I like to rig it with the mouth open, so that I can get a good view on what the mouth will look like when someone's talking and looking around, because it has like a sort of slant on a side when looking left and right. But for now, I have not rigged the mouth with this model yet, so we are going to just wing it for now and revisit once we have rigged the mouth. Same thing we did with the face base, we want to do the same thing with the mouth. And then we'll synthesize the corners, and again we synthesize and then we edit. We don't just leave it. Now again, you could find that the mouth will look weird when it's open. That's why we'll sort of just come back and revisit the mouth as we go. I'm not 100% with it, and it is completely fine to feel not 100% with your work. You can always revisit and make those changes. But I've done what I want to do for now. Of course, I want to see what it would look like with the mouth rigged. Alright, we are now going to go on to adding the hair into the movement. So I'm going to start with the front. I'll just turn the front back on. I'm going to turn off the right side for now. When it comes to hair, we sort of have to feel around with your own hair. As you see, like the front of your hair will go up while the bottom of it will come down when you look up, and the opposite when you look down. So that's what I sort of try to envision when doing the up and down of hair. And again, don't forget that you moved the head down when they were looking down, so don't feel afraid to move the hair down with. Now again, like everything else, we synthesize the corners, but to make sure to edit them as well. Once you've done that one side, you can go ahead and do the other. Sometimes it might help to actually turn off the back hair so you can actually see what you're doing. My lord, I look at that face, I'm like, what the heck? What is that? What is that? As I said, you'll always come back to visit things when you don't see as right. Don't forget to save! Alright, I want to actually see the comparison. Once you have finished doing that, then go on to do the back of the hair. Now look, you'll find that the back of the hair tends to be moves in opposite directions. Again, this comes down to perspective. You've got to sort of turn your head. Using a mirror can also help too, and sort of see how things move. The last thing you want to do when rigging the XY angle of the hair, the face, sorry, is the shadow. So of course the face shadow is going to move differently when you look up and down. So we want to try and replicate that. There's a typo there. We simply use a rotator deformer, put it towards the base of the neck, and it's as simple as that. Reflect motion, and it's that. I also like to play with the neck as well. Also, when making sure the neck matches with the Z, I like to turn the head, because sometimes when I look up to the side and tilt my neck, you can actually see the edge of the neck where you finish drawing it. So it's always good to check that out. Although with the hair, if I turn off the hair, can we see it? Yeah, so see the base of the neck there is showing. So I just want to bring it up so we can't see it. And if I turn it this way, just so that we can't see it. And there we go. You have rigged the head. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this helped a little bit. I'm not the best at explaining things, but hopefully having a visual aid as well will definitely help you with that. If you are using my tutorials, please post link to your projects once it's done. I would love to see how you've done it, and yeah. Thank you so much again for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will see you guys next time for the next episode.